Alright, which one of you guys left your ectoplasm? Was it you? Was it you? I mean, seriously, this stuff is everywhere. It is literally everywhere I could even see it. It's on the wall. It's in my socks. Like, I mean, what do I do with this? Is this hazardous? Is this even safe for me to even be holding? See, seriously, which one? Which one of you did this? Seriously, which one of you guys did this? Hey everybody, welcome back to Beastman Review. We are going to be doing a Beastman unboxing. Haven't done one of those for a while, right? It's been a minute. Well, if you haven't already checked out any of the previous episodes of Beastman Unbox, you can go ahead and check out the playlist. I will put everything in the description below. Well, today, it's Monster Month. It's Monster Month. You know, you gotta love your monsters, you gotta love your ghouls, you gotta love your creatures of the night, and, well, you gotta love Slimer. And speaking of Slimer, we got the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, not that other animated show. Talking about the real Ghostbusters. And well, this is the Hasbro reissue. It is the Kenner, the real Ghostbusters action figure. Now, funny thing about this, I did have a Slimer growing up. But much like Egon having half of a slinky that he straightened out, my Slimer didn't have a tail. But I didn't care whatsoever. It was Slimer, and I needed a Slimer because, well, you can't have a Ghostbusters adventure stopping the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from stomping Manhattan down without him. You kind of need him. He's part of the crew. Now, I love the artwork, first of all. Love the artwork. It's just like how it looked in the original packaging. Now, you might be wondering, something seems a little off with this. Well, he's called Green Ghost. Look like Wilson from Home Improvement. The Green Ghost. Not Slimer, but Green Ghost. Now, I'm not sure exactly why that is so, but it doesn't bother me because, well, he's a green ghost. Now, he does come with some accessories. He comes with a watermelon, a pizza that looks like something straight out of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he has a steak. Or what I believe is a steak. We're going to say it's a steak. He's got high stakes. And then we'll go into the figure a little bit more when I get him open. But right now, going over the packaging. You gotta love the packaging. Again, gotta love the packaging. It's got the iconic real Ghostbusters. And, well, who are you gonna call? Well, you're gonna call the Ghostbusters, of course. Well, I'd hope. I'm not sure who else could deal with this. Well, yeah, I mean, it's... I just love how the artwork continues through the bubble. And just a quick mention, I'm going to miss seeing action figures with the bubble on them and windows. A lot of companies are going to get rid of that. Environmental things, they better call Walter Peck, I guess, right? So, on the back, we got the crew. We got Peter, we got Ray, we got Egon, and we got Winston, and the little translucent ghosts that come with them. I want to say this one, went on his head. I think most of them, yeah. I think the one that came with Winston and Egon could, go on their heads. And then we got Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And we got the Green Ghost. As you can see, the Green Ghost. The hungriest of all ghosts, he is now on the side of the real Ghostbusters. No pizza or donut is safe when he's around. So if you're a pizza or a donut, you better be afraid. So now, let's go ahead and, well, get them open. Why not? Dare I say, why not? Shout out to MGO if you're watching this. Alright, so now on to the opening. Now, I'm going to try to open this as careful as possible just to preserve as much as the packaging as possible. So, some things going on with the channel. Let me go into that for just a moment. I've got some stuff coming up. I've got another Ghostbusters related thing at the end of the month. For those who aren't aware, it's going to be the finale of Monster Month. I did do a couple figure reviews this month, and I had a blast doing them. I did the Transformers Legacy Iguanus. I did the Transformers Beast Machines Black Arachnia, and I also did the Prime Master figures of 3 of the Prime Masters that are modeled after the G1 Pretender Decepticons. I did Skullgrin, Submarauder, and Bomb Burst, and I had a thrill. I definitely had a thrill doing those videos. I've got some other stuff coming up, but yeah, end of the month is going to be the Ghostbusters video also, because you can't do Halloween without Ghostbusters. It's become a staple, I want to say. And speaking of Ghostbusters, before I finish opening this, I got my Ectotron shirt on, and on the bottom it's got the boys in Ecto 1. So it's quite fitting. I'm not talking about the shirt size, I'm talking about the imagery. Imagery. Alright. So now, safely got it open as much as possible. And we didn't really damage the packaging all too much, because I'd like to put them back in there at some point. I don't really know. So, well, all the food came flying out. It's not unusual. There's like a poltergeist going on. Like the pizza puns. I like how there's like a bite taken out of it. This just seems like that the Ninja Turtles would have, which I'm pretty sure they did. Here's the steak. And also, not to mention, they're like a soft rubbery plastic. Now, I don't know if the original ones were like a soft plastic, because again, the Slimer I had didn't have a tail. But he did have a tail-to-tail. Funny thing about the watermelon is that it's got paint on both sides, as everything else. Man, I just do not have it in me today, do I? The steak and the pizza. And, well, this makes sense, because, I mean, you'd have to be a maniac to put toppings on both sides of the pizza. But the steak, you know, you'd think that the marbling would be on the other side. No, I'm about 30% sure that this is a steak. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, definitely the watermelon has a big old bite taken out of it with the seeds. Exposed. Slimer likes watermelon with seeds. And this is the first time I've ever held a Slimer that had his tail still. Now it's cool. Now this is turning into a review, I suppose. Let's just roll with it. Let's rock and or roll with it. I mean, he can do a full 360 at the tail. It's got some printing on the back with also a number painted. I'm not sure why they're doing that with I see it with the Transformers a lot. Except sometimes they use like a silver paint with like a code stamped on it, or they use black paint with as the stamp. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's any way to like kind of clear that up, because when you're displaying it or something like that, or if you have something that's like a 360 rotation display piece, I could see that being kind of a slight nuisance. I don't know. That's just me. He's got this really funky neon orange eyes, which I have no problem with. It's very, very standoutish, if that's a word. With black for his pupils, he's got white teeth. He's got this really cool purple for his mouth and his uvula, pink tongue, and white on the teeth again. And he can rotate a full 360 at the shoulder. He's got cool little molded in fingers, which I don't know if it's really gonna show up on here. He has fingernails painted on. Not painted on, molded in. So yeah, it's very, very retro, and it's supposed to be because it's a reissue. And it's just cool being able to hold an original Slimer figure in my hand that has its tail. And I want to say mine that I had when I was a kid is missing. I want to say it's this pinky on this hand. But I loved it all the same. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I guess he can eat the food. He can eat the pizza. Cowabunga, dude! It's the wrong 80s franchise, but it also came out the same year. Well, the comic book of Ninja Turtles and then Ghostbusters, the very first movie, came out back in 84. So yeah, he can eat the pizza, he can eat the steak, he can eat the watermelon, he can eat your finger. So it's cool. It's very nostalgic. Now I'm not sure exactly who they were marketing these figures to, but they did a great job. I believe it felt like it captured the old school collectors, and it also introduced Ghostbusters to a new generation to keep the Ghostbusters going on. Because while the Ghostbusters are an iconic brand, it's really been interwoven into pretty much modern pop culture. Same thing with this little ghoul. He even headlined, was towards the end of the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters animated series, where it was Slimer and the real Ghostbusters, where he kind of focused kind of a little bit more on him. And there's even like another like Ghostbuster-ish guy who was like trying to capture Slimer. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was towards the end of the run of Ghostbusters. I think it was like, I think it ended in like 94 or 95. It was like early 90s when the Ghostbusters cartoon finally ended, but it went on for a long time. And many cool little figures came out from it. The biggest one I can even think of is the Firehouse. They had the Firehouse, Ecto 1, they had all the other Ghostbuster vehicles, the helicopter, all the different versions of the characters, the monsters, even Stay Puft, which I have an original Stay Puft that was passed down to me along with all the other original Ghostbuster stuff. So that's something that I will never get rid of because of its meaning behind everything that was given to me. So yeah, this is a really nostalgic figure. I mean, just you could put on like a display or have him set up somewhere. I think it's cool. That's just me. And if you're a Ghostbusters fan, I'm sure you can still find these reissues online. I got mine from Walmart.com along with the reissue of Stay Puft. I got both of those, and well, you'll see some cool stuff at the end of Monster Month when I do the house tour of the one and the only, the iconic Ghostbusters headquarters, the firehouse. I'm looking forward to that so much to show you guys that, because a lot of you who are my regular subscribers, I mean, you know me as mainly being a lot of Transformers, but I also do a variety of other reviews. So you've probably seen a few Ghostbuster stuff on the channel, but you've probably never seen anything the size of the firehouse. That's probably going to be the largest thing that I've shown on the channel yet. So keep an eye out for that. Ooh. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. It helps my channel out a lot. Liking it really helps the channel. It gets the algorithm, and for other Ghostbuster fans, they'll be able to see it. And well, it's all about a community when it comes to the Beastman's realm. So building a community of fans who have common interest and just enjoy the culture. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Slimer? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want more of it? Do you have it? Do you have an original Slimer? That's a really deep question. That's a bigger question than, is there a interdimensional portal somewhere underneath the middle of a small town where there's a demonic entity that will rise up and take over everything? Don't know. Anyways, guys, till next time, and remember, keep on rocking in the free world. Yeah. And also, don't forget to follow me on my social medias. You can follow me on Instagram at The Mighty Beastman. You can follow me on Twitter at The Mighty Beastman. And for the official YouTube Twitter account, that is Beastman Review with a space in between. Follow me on there. I'll be posting a lot more of the content onto that Twitter account. So, yeah.